Hey everyone, it is June 8th, 2018. It's been quite of a crazy week for me. The last couple videos I uploaded were quite fascinating. I had to take some time to ground myself because it was sometimes when you go out of the norm to extract information and knowledge, or if you're doing a channeling, it's very draining on the body, and at times you can harvest different energies too that come along with those messages. People don't really understand the invisible world that goes on when it comes to us physical beings tapping into a higher source. When those sources communicate with us, that there are attachments that do it's almost like the parasite theory. You know, there's parasites that leech on to people, and sometimes they get headaches. Sometimes they call them archons or whatever you want to call it. But because I am a walking, talking empath, it comes with the territory. I'm prepared for it. I really didn't know how to do a follow-up video to anything because it was just so far out there that how could I level up to that? So this video, I wanted to share a little bit about channeling and how to be careful of the nature of channeling, because it could help. Channeling is very important. People think they can do it for fun and, oh, it's a cool gift, this and that, but it comes with responsibility. Once you learn to tap into something that is metaphysical, you are responsible for the progression of your life and your service to what you do for others. It's not like something you can turn on and off and that's it. You go through endurances and body afflictions. Sometimes you get sick, you go to the doctor says, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. So just be aware and mindful. You got to be strong, you got to guard yourself up. I have a little altar over here behind me, and I keep that thing private. I really don't want to show everybody, but I have like amethyst crystals, quartz. I also put some love energy in there with some rose quartz, some calcite, things that just really make me feel safe and comfortable when I come home. Channeling is very interesting. So I started off watching these weird, it's a hard topic. I started watching all these different mass murders and shootings and this and that and things that it just seemed that after a while, because I've learned numerology, it seems that on certain particular days, and I've said this in videos before about number coding, that there is a ritual about 9, and it's kind of a prediction that something may occur tomorrow on June the 9th, because it is a 9 day, and 2018 is 2018. If you calculate that, it ends up being 11. So always ask yourself for protection on these days, that number codes that end with 9, 11, or 6. And those days usually are things happen. We've had suicides this week from celebrities, and my condolences to the families that were affected. And anyone who follows my video, if ever you're dealing with suicide or have thoughts of you're not important, or you feel like your life's not valid to be here, it is. You are very important, and I have saved many lives and really helped turn people's lives around. So please reach out to me if you feel that you are at a point in your life where you can endanger yourself. There are resources available, but also having just a good friend that knows you're important. I care about everybody, even if I don't know you. Every single person I make one contact with, you're my friend forever. So anyways, moving on. Be mindful tomorrow. What other updates did I have for my followers? Working on some new stuff. I'm still trying to learn this gematria thing. I had a dream yesterday which was very crazy, and it was about child trafficking, and I found an encampment. I think it was in Kansas, Kansas City. It's basically where Tornado Alley crosses. I don't know where that information is going to go, but I'm going to be hopefully doing something to help manifest saving these children. It's been a reoccurring dream where I'm finding children in places that are, they're not sanitary, they're not, ugh, it's a horrible dream. And I think I astral projected myself in order to locate these kids, and I was trying to free them, and I ended up being captured, and it was hard for me to wake up from this dream. Like literally, I was aware of my body, being conscious in my own apartment, but I had no. It was almost like I was in a sleep coma where I cannot get up until I freed myself from where I was stuck in. So it's pretty crazy that I experienced these things, and that's why I always tell people, like, you have to be careful. Like, don't channel unless you're prepared to be strong. You have to keep your vibrations high. You have to always keep your frequency up. If you navigate and do something lower frequency, you have to stay positive. And I think the best way to not beat yourself, or the best way to not fall out of that positive, that high vibration, is to never beat yourself up. And I met an interesting stranger on Tuesday, and the message really, he channeled my guides, and he said, they just want you to not beat yourself up. They just want you to not put so much weight on your shoulders. Stop being accountable for things that you cannot fix or control, but compliment yourself on the things that you do attend yourself to. Your soul is very big, and you do so much for everyone, as many as possible. So yeah, it was really much needed conversation, but the dream was funky, yo. And I'm still working on the Saturn thing. That is a lot as well. There was something that came up in my gematria code. It talked about that there was a false image of Christ being portrayed as Mitra, Mithra. And it says that people are praying to a wrong image, and it's feeding this image, and that's what's going to bring this Mitra back to Earth, which was kind of funky to me. So we have to really be careful what we pray to, even in meditation. I had a message yesterday that was saying meditation is useless, because if you have no focus on what you're meditating to, and if you're not extracting energy from a divine source, I'm trying. This is weird, because ever since I started thinking this way, I've been seeing other videos where it says people they're starting to not say God. They want to say creator, divine creator. And it's funky, because for years I've always said God, the Heavenly Father, God. And recently I felt like divine creator, because it's an integration, masculine, feminine, and it isn't a specific gender, but the Almighty Father is of that essence. So it is appropriate to use both, in my opinion. But yeah, the message channeling that I received was about Mitra, Mithra, was the image that people are worshiping, and it's going to bring this entity back on this plane. And also, like, when you guys watch music artists and they portray these Egyptian figurines, if you call it, like Nicki Minaj just coming out a new album called was it Goddess, or is that the name of her album? I think that's the name. And she is in this like Cleopatra like outfit, and it's just like these people really don't know what they're doing, what they're harvesting, channeling, and bringing onto the plane. It's kind of like how what we do with our higher selves, but what they're doing is not. It's the so below, and they're bringing the so below to our plane, and it's full of crap. If you guys feel, it's a big mix right now. There's like some good high vibrational energy coming off the sun. our frequencies are amplifying, so your body might ache a little bit. You might feel some pains. You might be hard getting up. You might be sneezing a lot, coughing. But when things are good, there's always something that happens in our environment and it brings everyone's frequency low. So my thing is, if something goes down tomorrow, please try not to be affected by it, because when we contribute our energy to something devastating, it's almost like when work is almost done, we have to start all over again. And all the entities that are working with us on that invisible plane that we can't see, it makes their work even harder, because they're trying to cross over these messages to us. They're trying to help us. But we are so weak because we're physical, we're conscious. And because of that, we're stronger to bring a lot of things that were supposed to come to pass back to square one. So we have to really work on not responding to devastation. There are things that will be coming, things that will be happening, and you guys have to stay strong. You have to kind of sort of ignore it, and you have to mantra yourself, your good environment around yourself. You always have to speak protection over yourself. You always have to say, I'm always protected. I will not be harmed. And as long as you repeat that daily, that mantra, it will protect you. Like, I look at my front door and I say, nothing harmful will come through that door. Nothing harmful will come through that door. And I also put a mirror across from the door. And that's to repel. If there's anything that comes through that door, it will see itself. And that's how I really shield myself if I'm coming back home from different attachments that have leached onto me and I'm not aware of it. Or if I've done a channeling, my mirror is right there. So those entities, those invisible negative dark forces, don't like to see themselves. That's how you dissipate it. Then always too, you rebuke the activity and you bind the curses and you send it back. You say, I reverse and I send it back to where it came from. That is all I really want to update everybody with. I want to just keep everyone posted that I'm still around, still doing some things. I'm doing a lot of homework. Also researching King Balak and Balaam and the time traveler. And the book of Revelations could be off of time travel. And what else am I trying to work on? There's some things about Hitler and esoteric religion. That's the next one. I think they called it Hitlerism, but it's not what you think. It's quite fascinating. And then you wonder what happened. Sort of kind of like if you people know about MK Ultra or these reptilian mental hijacks is what they really are. This is what happened with Hitler. He had an agenda to be this last avatar, according to a lot of resources, and he wasn't strong enough to guard himself from the mental control, and he was manipulated into doing the worst devastating thing in the world, which kind of reminds me of Nebuchadnezzar, but backwards. Nebuchadnezzar was a really bad intentional king. He didn't have good morals and he wanted the worst of people. He ordered those to die who looked at him funny, and he changed his life around because of the revelation of Daniel. So lots of stuff that'll be coming up. Stay posted to my videos. Hope you all are doing well. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Stay safe. Bye.